I was a specialist in corporate affairs, okay, which entailed the entire ambit of communication. When I relocated in 2001, my quest was, where does my food come from? And every time I asked my father, where does this cabbage come from? Where does this cauliflower come from? And he would say, go find out. So I relocated in 2001, and with the search that I love food. I want to know its origin. I want to know its source. And when I started to travel the length and breadth of India in search of answers as to why there was so much of chemical fertilizers, so much of pesticides in the whole food chain, and why was I having to eat it? My body is my temple. It's what you eat is what you become. And when I started to travel across India, I was so disheartened and so sad that why are farmers not independent? Why are they not producing food without chemicals? Three sets of answers came to me glaringly. The seed did not belong to the farmers anymore. The economic woes to procure the seeds was leaving him in debt. The traditional knowledge that comes with sustainable agriculture was missing. Aham bijam annahi purna brahma. I am the seed, and seed is the creation of the cosmos. This goes back into our scriptures. Why? Because seed is where my journey began. And that gave birth to Annadana, soil and seed savers, which means soil, seed. Soil is like an expectant mother into which you put in nutrients. You don't put in chemicals. You don't put in pesticides. What you put in is nutrients. When we walk into a farm, you see that the farm is in steps. Now you want to be able to collect the water. That is the most important resource in a farm. Water. Okay? So you're collecting the water. Now there are two ways to collect water. Okay? One is giving back to the groundwater tables, where you realize that the water collects at certain points. Okay? When the water collects at certain points, you dig a pit there. When you dig a pit, you actually give it back to the groundwater tables. You're enriching the water aquifers in our bhumi. Now, here we do not take the water from here. These trees, as you see, are never watered, in summer too, because the groundwater table is rich. So you collect water and do not let the offshoot of any water out into the streets. If every individual saved water like this, there would be no water shortage in any city in India. This is the topsoil.
Topsoil means the above layer.
The layer that comes from the runoff, all the land. This is the richest in humus. It's got all the minerals, and this becomes the mixture, the medium for our nursery. So when we collect the topsoil like this, we then wait for the water to settle in. the earth has absorbed it. It leaves all the minerals. Okay? Natural. You don't need to go out and buy compost, you don't need to go and buy topsoil. No topsoil must be collected from the field, because the topsoil is required for the plant growth. We have what you call as vermicompost, and this is the most beautiful eco-engineer.
Seed, the origin of life, is a gift of life to life itself. Seed was the missing link. Seed was no longer in the hands of farmers. It was in the hands of the multinational corporations. The farmers, to purchase these seeds, had to buy them at exorbitant prices. So the economic woes that followed with it, farmers had lost their own seeds, and now they were dependent on the multinationals for their seeds. So when I came back, I realized that I must start learning how to grow my own food. And with that, we were like-minded people in Oroville who came together, and we started to conserve, rather save, the local indigenous varieties in Tamil Nadu. And that's when I realized that whatever we grow, we must be sustainable.
Agriculture has failed in India because of poor water management. We in India have to improve the quality of the pipes, the pump sets, and drip irrigation system available to the farmers. We at Annadana show you the right methods to improve and save time, money and resources.
ನಾವು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಇದೊಂದು 50 ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ, ಟಾಪ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಂತ 50 ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಟ್ರೈಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತೀರ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಂಚಕಾಯಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಇರುವೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಪಂಚಕಾಯಿ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದಾಯ್ತು, ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಟ್ರೈಗೆ.
ಇದು ಲೇಬಲ್ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಈಗ ಚಿಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲಿ ಲೆಟ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಸೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಲೇಬಲ್ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಅನ್ನದಾನ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಮೀಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೆಡ್ ಒಂದು, ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಪೈಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಪೈಪ್ ಒಂದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ 1 ಮೀಟ್ರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 1 ಮೀಟ್ರು, 30 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟ್ರ್ ಮೇಲೆ 30 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟ್ರು ಅದು ಬೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಗಿಡ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಕುಣಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ನೆಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಕ್ಕೇನೋ ಕಂಬಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಬೀಜ ಟೊಮಟೊ, ಬದನೆ, ಈರುಳ್ಳಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬೀನಿಸು, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬೀನಿಸು, ಕಪ್ಪು ಬೀನಿಸು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಬೀಜನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾಯ್ತದೆ. ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ದಪ್ಪ ಟಮಾಟನೇ ಎಷ್ಟು ರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, 80 ರೇಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಟಮಾಟ. ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕು, ಕೆಂಪು, ರೆಡ್ಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಟಮಾಟನೂ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಈಗ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ರೈತರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬೆಳಿತಾರೆ?
ಹೊರಗಡೆ ರೈತರು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಇದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ತರ್ತಾರೆ, ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ತಂದು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಹೋಯ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿತ್ತು ಸುಡ್ತದೆ, ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಬಿದ್ದೈತದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಗುಂಪು, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಗುಂಪು, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದಷ್ಟು ಗುಂಪು ಬೆಳೀತದೆ.
ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಬಿದ್ದು ಸುಡೋದು?
ಸುಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಸುಡ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬಿತ್ತು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಗಿಡ. ಆ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಈ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಾವನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಗಣಿ ಮತ್ತು ಗಂಧಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಸ್ವಂತ ಗೊಬ್ಬರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ.
ನೀವು ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ನ?
ಹಾಂ, ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಏನು ಕೊಂಡಲ್ಲ, ಒಳಗಡೆನೆ ನಮ್ಮದು. ನಮಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
When it rains, there are activities for the farmers. It's not necessary you have to be in the field when it's hot or it's raining. We do activities of nursery, seed conservation. So we'll take photographs of the seeds that are there, study, come back, go. And come 3 o'clock from college. I don't know these children working with phones, mobiles. No. They come straight into the seed bank. They come into the field. This kid, from a child, I have seen him, and so has him. But him, he's always worked with Gopala. So from that age to now, if you keeping these models now, in a horticulture nursery, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ರೈತರ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, let them be trained, the youth. Train them sustainably. Train them first to think sustainably.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು?
ಶಾರದಮ್ಮ,
ಊರು?
ಊರು ಜಗಳೂರು ಹತ್ರ ಹಳ್ಳಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಂದ್ರಿ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಈಗ 14 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಕ್ಕದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವಂತೀವಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಫಾರಮ್, ನಮ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಟಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೂ ಔಷಧಿ ಹೊಡೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬೀಜ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬೀಜ ಅಮ್ಮನವ್ರ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಬೀಜ ತಂದು ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿತೀನಿ.
When a farmer works from the soil, we have provided him know-how which is unsustainable. We have given him hybrid seeds, we have given him chemicals, we have given him the lure of high yielding varieties. United Nations says, what is the population of the world? 7.5 billion, and we have food for 11.5 billion, says United Nations. We have sufficient food. Where we have gone wrong is the food distribution system. Can you produce your food? We call our farmers illiterate. They are the literate lot, not us. Yes, today I grow my food. I am a farmer. But let me tell you something. We need to change our policies. We need to include our farmers in the policies. Because the farmer knows the season. The farmer knows his seeds. The farmer knows how to save his seeds. The farmer knows exactly when to put water. He knows when to put in gobra. We have destroyed the confidence of the farmer by our so-called superior education. I go to Gopala, I bring him some seeds of ragi, and I go to a friend's farm and I pick it up and I bring it and I say, Gopala, I've noted, yeah? He looks at it and says, Amma, these seeds I saw during my grandfather's time. Can you and me recognize that seed? Do we know the value of that seed? Farmer knows it. The educated must uneducate themselves and work in the soil to know what farming means.